All right, welcome back. It is September 23rd, 2025. We're back with some more patch notes. Today we're taking a look at 25.19 for League of Legends and 15.5 for Teamfight Tactics. Let's get into it. Oh! What? Uh. What? Oh! Um. All right, I guess we'll start with TFT. um, the League of Legends patch notes are a little bit broken, so we'll start with TFT. All right, so buffs, nerfs, some cool little cosmetics. Aushin's Ascent is finally showing up. I think we'll actually look at the Aushin article as well because I've been staying blind to it intentionally, and I am kind of actually interested to try out the game mode. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so Crystal Gambit. Making higher cash outs easier to reach and more worth the HP sacrifice while balancing out the rewards and power. Okay. So, stage multiplier. Increased a little bit, so better rewards. 210 rewards will give one random artifact rather than an artifact anvil. That's a pretty big deal because you could just hit like an artifact that's not very good. Right? Because you could always take like Mana Zane, Flicker Blade, etc., for Ashe or Zyra to carry you, but 250 rewards, one random Radiant item, instead gives a lucky item chest and 12 gold. Crystal Gambit high reward breakpoints reduced. Kill thresholds 4, 8, 12, 16, 22. 4, 6, 9, 12, 16. Wow, that's pretty good actually. That's more loot for Crystal Gambit 5. 500 HP and 20%, 300 HP and 15% amp. It's still probably going to be really good. That's a significant nerf though. Minus 200 HP, minus 5%. Crew base rocket damage down a little bit. Edgelord attack damage 1535, 55, 1540, 60. Isn't the only way to play Bastion like Xayah 3, Shin 3? I don't even know what you play with that comp. Do you still play Recon for fan service? Probably not. Monster Trainer level up system removed. Monsters no longer gain 1% max health per level. Monster Trainer cash out removed from Crystal Gambit rewards. What does that mean? Having them ready for battle the moment you click on them makes these cuties a lot easier to flex into your comp, whether as a late game carry or a mid game carry item holder. To train them is no longer a cause, but to be the very best. Wow, that's interesting. So the way it currently works is you pick your favorite monster, Smolder, Kog'Maw, or Rammus, and they start off weak, but you leave them in the game all game, and they slowly evolve and get stronger. Just like in Pokemon, right? I shouldn't say that because Nintendo's going to try to file a lawsuit against Riot Games, probably, if I say that. Anyway, the level up system is now gone. They're just a unit. I mean, that's going to make it easier to balance them, probably. It's kind of crazy. I actually can't wait to see. That's going to make them a lot more prevalent, I think, just as a unit to take. Kennen is our worst performing tank, is he? So his heal is increased by 30, then 40, then 60. Spell damage. Minus 30, minus 45, minus 75. Holy crap. So he heals himself for more, but his spell damage is smaller. That probably sucks, right? I wonder if that affects his augment. 9,000 volts. Maybe not, since it just reworks his ability altogether. But yeah, that's better for Kennen and Sork, because you don't need his damage anyway when you're doing Sork. He's just a tank. Alright, 2-cost units. With stretchy arms out of the picture, remove power-ups. Holy crap, that's a spoiler. So Gangplank gets a small increase in attack speed. Katarina gets a small bump in damage. 10 across the board, and then 25 when you 3-star her. Three-cost units, that's a lot of words. Holy crap. Trying to get Ari into a good spot when plays reroll current, but she's often been overshadowed by her traits. So Ari buffs for sure. Doing with the leveling component of Lulu's monsters. Our only champion nerf to this patch is Viego. I mean, 3-star Viego with stretchy arms, but if that spoiler is correct, there's no more stretchy arms. It's the nature of his econ link trait. The crew will always lag a bit behind 3 costs. Okay, let's take a look. So first of all, Ari. Plus 30, plus 40, plus 100% AP as you level her. Overkill damage. It's actually a lower base, but it's now 75% of the overkill. Not bad. So who knows? Maybe 3-star item or 3-star Ari is a viable carry now. J spell damage 160, 240, 365. Is now by 20, then 30, then what is this? 60? I'm actually shocked that Jace is getting buffed. And that's a significant amount too. 60% more AD for your Jace 3. But again, since they're removing certain power-ups and removing some other stuff, this might actually be a compensation buff. We'll see. Kog'Maw, 1 more range, a little more attack speed, on-hit damage increased, but he can no longer level up, and he doesn't gain ability power per level. Nor does he get the attack speed. Okay. I mean, that makes sense, right? They gave him more range, they gave him a higher base attack speed, and they gave him more on-hit damage. But he doesn't get the infinitely scaling AP or attack speed anymore. I mean, I guess that means that the unit's worth putting on the board. Like they said, even just as an item holder. Right? Like, if you're in a situation where you're like... Rage Blade, for example. You're sitting on a Rage Blade. Maybe you can just put Kog'Maw on the board and put the Rage Blade on him, and he functions as a good item holder until you hit, like, Ashe or something. Nico mana. Slight mana buff, 10. Damage reduction is now at its max, 40% every time. Rammus, extra 100 health, 10 mana buff. Shield, also buffed, it equalizes at level 3. Stun duration actually increases. HP on taunt also increases. Applies on landing as well as when shield breaks. This is a lot of buffs for Rammus. Oh, but 50% less resist from his spell. Wow. And then, of course, just like Kog'Maw, all of the leveling related stuff is gone. So no bonus resist and no increased stun. Smolder, 10 mana buff. Similar buffs for the spell damage across the board, but the leveling mechanic is removed. No infinite attack damage. Oh, and he has built-in armor reduction, so built-in shred. That's nice. That's pretty good, right? Because Smolder, now he ignores armor and it applies a burn. Not bad. Only time will tell, right? Like, these units are going to be better at every stage of the game except for the late game, most likely. Because it's like, by the time you got to, like, top 3, the dude's Rammus 3 had, like, 8 million resist and was impossible to kill. It feels like that won't be the case anymore, right? These monsters will be good units for most of the game, and then they'll just eventually, balance out. Swain, subsequent heal. So Swain's heal, after he's already procced his spell, has also been buffed. So plus 40, plus 50, then plus 60, or plus 55. And then the initial heal has actually been nerfed. So when Swain casts his that first explosion, heals him for a little less, but every heal afterwards on subsequent cast heals more. Viego takes a small hit to his attack speed, and Ziggs gets a small buff to his attack speed. Okay. 4-star units. Akali can be a source of frustration when she's a primary carry who wanted to find success in assassinating weaker 1-star offensively itemized backline carries, but she shouldn't be the single source of power for a team without a complete trait and item augment. Okay. So some changes to Akali. Ashe is far too dependent on perfect itemization, adjusting ability. Yumi's been off, so what? They're buffing Yumi? A small rework. Okay. So Akali, single target damage. Higher. Up 15, then up 25. The dash damage also increased, up 10. Then up 15. Spell damage, 14, 21, 100 is now 17, 26, 125. This just looks like more damage for Akali. It just seems like a buff in general. A Dawn Core could change this. So we're looking at Ashe. More damage. Ashe's number of arrows per attack no longer scales with attack speed. Ah, I see. So Ashe's spell does more damage and isn't reliant on her attack speed anymore. I wonder, does this mean that with Ashe, you're not just building a double Rage Blade with her Kraken? Maybe now you can just do like Kraken Slayer, i.e. Last Whisper on Ashe instead, since you don't need the all that bonus attack speed anymore? Or is she just gonna go full attack caster and build like a Spear of Shojin plus an IE? We shall see. Samira's dash now tie breaks based on units closest to her current location, more likely to dash towards her current tower. Okay. Volibear, spell attack speed, 99, 300, 125. Wow. 26% attack speed increase behind Volibear's spell. And then a 200% increase if you 3-star him. Which you should probably win the game if you do that anyway, but... Yumi, slightly higher attack speed. Her page does 1 more damage at level 1. 2 more damage when you 2-star her. Starting page is 20. But pages per cast is going on down by 4. Pages per true damage, 4. Yumi true damage percent, 20%. Okay. So she's a little stronger on the lower end, but she scales a little less hard. That's fine. 5 cost. Braum AoE damage. Actually increase. So 35. And then 50. Seraphine Friendship Resist bonus. 20%. Friendship Health bonus. Now up to 4. So she's getting bonus stats, right? So she does more damage. This buff, we want to see a 2-star itemized Seraphine succeed in booming a board with the correct setup. She should find success in creative stat-heavy boards, such as 6 Heavyweight Seraphine or 6 Bastion. I see. Yeah. So she's getting more stats. She's going to do better with more stats. That's pretty sweet. Removed augments. Okay. There are just some augments that are never clicked, so we're doing away with them to make sure the 3 you see are as appealing as can be. Tiniest Time still exists as a 3-2 link augment when the HP is consistently helping, and if it's not, I guess you're just going to win anyway, so congrats on that. Still experiencing bugs with I'll be the head, arms, and legs, which has been frustrating. Continue to work towards resolving these issues for a future patch and delivering a working prismatic Mighty Mech breakpoint. But for now, we're disabling these augments. So Bastion Crest and Bastion Crown are gone. Heavyweight Crest and Crown. Juggernaut Crest and Crown. Strategist Crest and Crown gone. Gain the Edge. New Contenders. Tiny's Titan. Beggars Can Be Choosers. And I'll be the legs. That makes sense to me. So you can no longer get a Bastion, Heavyweight, Juggernaut, or Strategist emblem from your augment. That makes sense to me. I feel like the only one here I see collect is Strategist. Gain the Edge is the Edgelord emblem, or the Edgelord augment rather. Which again, people only go Edgelord when they're doing Bastion Zaya. You contenders, Tiny's Time, Beggars Can Be Choosers. Okay, I mean that makes sense. Just unpopular augments have been removed, and I'll be the legs is disabled because it's bugged. Which is funny. I've hit I'll be the legs a couple times and gotten the prismatic Mighty Mech a couple times. One of those is up on YouTube if you're watching from YouTube. Augments. Sure. Another one gives 5 gold now. That's nice. Aura farming pops out earlier, 4-3. Not bad. I'm kind of an idiot, so whenever I'm aura farming, I just like lost streak into it. Like an idiot. Bronze for life, 1, 2, and 3. Or no, it's not 1, 2, and 3. 2 just has 2 changes. So 3% per trait. Same with Bronze for life 2. Bronze for life 2 also has a small increase in durability. Okay. Caretaker's Chosen. You have to get to level 8 now for the Radiant. I feel like I don't see Caretakers Chosen a whole lot. I feel like people are always taking crazier, riskier augments for prismatic starts. Care Package grants rewards when selected and at the start of the next 2 stages. Oh, so it's a Care Package nerf, actually. It's not every stage, it's just the next 2 stages. Okay. I really like Care Package too. Escape velocity per level, 10. So that's the crew augment, where you get velocity from rolling, and then when you level up, you get more. So now it's giving more. Expected unexpectedness item rewards reduced. I really like that one. I like rolling the dice, so it's actually worse now. Give him the chair. Please be a nerf. It is. 20% AD nerf. Then 30%. Then a 50% nerf. And a 5% HP nerf. Damn. Those are some huge nerfs for give him the chair. Well, I ain't taking it anymore. Grand Slam has been re-enabled. Okay, that's the Luchador augment. Investment strategy, health per interest. A little bit increased, alright. 9 lives, 2 life reward. Gold removed from rewards. 9 lives, 1 life reward. Masterwork upgrade is now a lucky item chest. And 10 gold, or 12 gold. Plus a remover. Artifact anvil plus remover. Wait. Wait, so Masterwork upgrade got changed to lucky item chest plus 12 gold plus a remover. And artifact anvil plus remover became 3 component anvils and a remover. Gotcha. Perfect form, Zac mana. A nerf, actually. He does not start with half his mana anymore. Empowered spell damage, also nerfed. Minus 30. Minus 45. Minus 70. Holy crap. So these hero augments are getting hit down hard. Pocket Bobby can no longer be offered on 3-2. Preemptive protection, a 4% increase, so that's the protector augment. Not bad. Raid Boss has also been buffed. I mean, that's the Bastion augment. I'm still not taking it. Solo leveling health. A little less. Solo leveling durability. Minus 5%. Yeah, solo leveling was a little too easy. Right? Like, if you had solo leveling and your and your rewards from the first PvE rounds was like a Darius or something, it's like, all right, well, you're gonna 5 streak and you're gonna get 2 components and you're gonna be up like 10 experience on the whole lobby. More than that. It's like 20. You're gonna be up 20 XP on the lobby, while also having a full econ plus, what is it, 3 components you get from it? It's pretty good. Starter kit gold 8. Wow. Okay, I like starter kit, so I'll take it. Tesla coil damage per stage. Actually nerfed. Minus 5, minus 20, minus 35, minus 40, minus 45. Correctly matches actual damage dealt. I actually never take Tesla coil, so it must have been pretty good. Thorn-plated armor no longer heals. 120, 100, 180 is now 20, 40, 125, 210. So, more damage from your thorn-plated armor, but no more healing. Wandering Trainer gives 2 more gold. Okay. Items and Radiant items. So, Quicksilver, 5% attack speed increase. Titan's Resolve no longer grants 15 armor magic resist at max stacks. Ooh, really? But it gains 10% damage amp. Okay. So, Titan's Resolve now gives damage rather than bonus durability. I feel like that's fine. I feel like a lot of the champs that use Titan's Resolve kind of like the bonus damage anyway, right? Like your Jace or your Darius, which Jace just got a huge buff, so Jace with Titan's Resolve is going to start one-shot and stuff. Radiant Adaptive Helm, plus 15 on the damage. Plus 15 on the resist as well. Radiant Giant Slayer, minus 5%. Yeah, that one was kind of good. Demon Slayer is what it's called. Radiant Quicksilver base attack speed, 40%. Wow, that's a 15% increase. But you never take Radiant Quicksilver, so I can kind of get it. Radiant Titan's Resolve no longer grants 48 armor and magic resist. It gets 20% damage out. Yeah, so Titan's Resolve is a very aggressive item now. Artifacts. Silvermere Dawn, extra 20%. Okay, so if you get a Jace 3, which now has a 60% AD buff, by the way, and then you put a Silvermere Dawn on him, that now gives an extra 20% AD and an extra 20 resist. Jace is about to take over this patch. Am I crazy? These Jace buffs are no joke. His spell damage is an extra 60% AD. It's 425%. So you buff Jace. Titan's Resolve is going to scale and give you a bunch of damage amp. And Silvermere Dawn got buffed. Bro, if I hit a Silvermere Dawn, I'm pivoting straight to Jace 3. I feel like it's going to be ridiculous. Talisman of Ascension. An extra 200 health, not bad. Helps it survive longer so it can get to the point where it blows up. Suspicious Trenchcoat is disabled. Alright. Mogul's Mail. The intervals are a little longer, so it takes you a little longer to get more gold, which is a net nerf to Mogul's Mail. You're probably getting 1 less gold around. Removed power-ups. So Cyclone Rush, which is bonus attack speed plus the Zephyr effect. Essence Share, which is sharing mana. Fusion Dance, which is combining units. Pure Heart, which is the heal. Selfish, which heals from your team. Stretchy Arms, which was range. And Rare Treat, which was the Lulu. Which it makes sense for the Lulu thing to be gone. Hey, what's up, Katek? How are you? They're all gone. I actually like that, especially Stretchy Arms. Viego 3 was doing way too much. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, stretchy arms and rare treat are gone. Well, rare treat's gone because Lulu's gotten reworked. The monsters don't level up anymore. They're just regular units with their own stats now. Fusion, yeah, no more massive Darius dunking the back line. It's just over. Power-ups adjusted the appearance rate of secondary power-ups to appear less often. Classy buffed by 5%. Only appears when the trait is silver tier or higher. Desperado, less attacks. Less damage too. Wow, Desperado is dead. Less attacks and minus 40% AD. Drift Duo no longer has a stage restriction. Level restriction 9 though. So that's the fruit for Lucian and Senna. Hungry Hero, 2% more AD, 50 more HP. But you can't get it on stage 3. Wow. Website link? This is Riot Games website here. I'll just drop the patch notes in the chat. Icebender damage amp, minus 5%. Chill duration is only 1 second. No longer applies all 25% of bonus damage immediately. Chills on first instance. Amplifies all ability damage by 20%. Ah, so Icebender does a bunch more damage, but the actual utility has been taken away. Final boss only offered after stage 4. Can't get Golden Age on stage 3. So if you don't hit the Golden Edge... And it doesn't work on PvE rounds. So you have to hit it stage 2 and it doesn't work on PvE. Golden Gloves weight 15. Damn. An extra 5? 80 per interest, 2%. Article no longer offered. Heroes Arc 5? Max speed, base attack speed, increase. Well, I guess I never took max speed. Max vitality no longer stacks on PvE. Okay. Oh, Aatrox's fruit got buffed by 1%, but it's stage 2 only. Mech Pilot stat share down 10%. Jesus, dude. Yeah, Kog'Maw doesn't get the infinite attack speed anymore. It's actually crazy. And he doesn't get infinite AP anymore either. Midas Touch no longer offered on stage 3. Ordinary. Wow, they just gutted a bunch of fruit. Holy crap. Power-up changes per champ, so Aatrox can no longer get Colossal or Hungry Hero. Ezreal cannot get Ordinary, but he can hit Fairy Tail in final form. Garen also changed to secondary. He can get Living Wall and Singularity. Kalista can hit Stormbender, Mage, Power Font, Precision Veteran. Kalista with Mage might be good. Bludgeoner, final form. She can't get Kahuna Huna anymore or Attack Expert. Shadow Jutsu. Why did they put it like that? Yeah, the level up mechanic was... I can see why it's kind of imbalanced. I can kind of see it. But it feels like it's weird now. It feels like it's like, well, why do I play this unit at all? Because unless these units are like overpowered, they're just item holders now. Yeah, and Ashe is like an attack caster now. You just put an IE on her, I guess. A lot of these units are just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say they're dead, but their mechanics just take it away. Real, Malphite, Zac. Eh. I don't really care about a lot of these units. Janna can't get Bullet Hell. Okay. Vi, Xin Zhao. Ari can get Shadow Clone now? Okay. Oh, Darius can't have Blink Attack either, so he doesn't... Wow. That's painful. I really liked I'll Be the Legs. I've never seen anyone hit it in a solo game, though. I got it in, what is it, Double Up when I was playing with a friend, but I've never seen anyone actually get to level 10 in ranked. Malzahar can no longer get Shadow Clone. That's good. Nico Champion Augment can no longer get these. That's fine. Rest of these aren't really crazy, I don't think. Winter waves warming up. This is just a bunch of little fruit changes. That's it? Wow. No more big crystal cash outs. They changed the crystal cash outs too, by the way. Like the 210 reward, you don't even get to choose the artifact anymore. It's just a random artifact. So if you get a bad one, oh well. The radiant item is a lucky item chest now too. So it's easier to get there, but you don't get anything good. I think solo living is probably still going to be fine if it's like an Udyr, right? Like if you have like an Udyr with a good item, it'll probably still be okay. But I guess it's no more like, oh, I just put items on a Kennen and win for free. Wow, not bad, actually. I don't know why they made this change to Yuumi, though. I feel like they could have just done something with Prodigy instead of changing Yuumi. Seraphim buffs are nice, too. Yeah, Yumi's bad. She's like... She was good with traits, right? Like, it's like if you had 5 Battle Academia plus 5 Prodigy, plus 3 items, she was good. Now it just feels like a why would I build her at all? Like, what's the point? Other than just she's a 4-cost unit. I don't know. I'm just like curious behind the reasoning. Yumi's been feeling kinda rough, which is quite an issue. A small rework to have her ripping through more pages early in fights while ramping a bit slower. I guess so. I guess she'll be stronger at the start of a fight a little bit because she's shooting out more pages instantly, but then she ramps slower. It feels kind of power neutral though, if you ask me. I still don't see why I would play around Yuumi unless I got like a Mana Zane. Like if I got a Mana Zane, then I'll play for Yuumi. Why not? Because she'll just cast 3 times. But even then, they nerfed Mana Zane. Last patch and the patch before that. What's going to be good? Jace is going to be good. I don't know if you saw this. Jace is going to be ridiculous. Where is he? He got a 60% AD buff to his spell at 3-star. And not only did they do that, where are the artifacts? I went too far down. Silvermere Dawn got a 20% AD buff and 20 extra resists. If you hit a Silver Mirror Dawn and you just go Jace 3, he's going to one-shot the entire board. That's my prediction. I feel like Jace is going to be the strongest unit on the patch. By far. All right, that's the TFT patch notes. I don't even really want to play TFT now because, like, knowing all this stuff, I feel like this is going to be sitting in the back of my head if I try to play a game now. I guess I should also take a look at Aoshin's Ascent because that's on the way. That's crazy, isn't it? They didn't touch Star Guardian, like they didn't touch Wraith. It's actually crazy to me that so much stuff that's played every game didn't get touched at all. Fights against enemy boy gets progressively stronger. Select augments and build around it. Ooh, I think I want to go into this blind, actually. There are tracks and guides. I think I want to go into this blind, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go into this blind. Zaya's still going to be insane. She's going to be better, actually, because they buffed Edgelord. So Xayah Shin is actually going to be pretty good. And then there's no change to fan service either. So, yeah, you're probably right. Zaya's still going to be good. I'm actually shocked that they nerfed Viego specifically and nothing else. Yeah, no changes to Mech. No changes to Mentor. I guess Mentor got it last patch, but the stuff that takes over every game went completely untouched. Completely. Is that it for all the news? There's nothing else? Oh, it's because we're specifically on TFT. Yeah, nerfed, stretchy arms, guttered. I think they just hate Soul Fighter, to be completely honest with you. It's like the only way to do Soul Fighter is like Lux reroll now. I would think. Alright. Rengar. You know the funny thing about Rengar? I was just talking to a friend because the Executioner augment feels not good at all with no Rengar. Like, sure, you can go Senna 3, Cat 3, but it's like the Executioner augment last set with Rengar was so unbelievably broken. Alright. Speaking of friends, my other friend, the Gunner Boy, said he wanted me to look at the League of Legends patch notes as well. So I'm going to take a quick look at the League of Legends patch notes as well for the good old friends. Executioner is terrible. It's garbage. I've gone 8th twice trying to make it work. Brawl is back. Okay, I didn't play Brawl the first time, but it's back. Ahri is statistically fairly weak. Spirit Rush, plus 15, plus 35, plus 55. That it? Okay. Brand is a little weak. Stop buffing this champion. This champion is so obnoxious after he gets a Rylai's. They buffed the damage modifier against monsters again. They really want Brand Jungle to be good. 75, 255. 10% higher AP scaling on. Okay. Wow. Why? This is literally the third time in like 2 months they've buffed Brand Jungle. Stop it. 5% AP increase on his ult. Okay, I guess. They gave Caitlyn her 2 AD back. Okay. Corki, Q, buffed. No, actually, it's nerfed. Minus 10 base, minus 5% AD. I guess he's a little too strong for mid lane still. Diana, monster, 3 times. Stop buffing these champions. Do we not recall Tank Diana being the strongest thing in the game for 2 years straight, aside from Graves? Draven buffs, 10% attack speed when maxed. Whirling Death. Extra 25 damage across the board. Okay. Jax. Little less HP, 15. Grandmaster at arms. 20 more? Stop buffing. What are they doing? Does Jax really need? We'd like to see Jax as a more meta-defining top laner at Worlds this year. What is happening right now? Yeah, what are they buffing Diana Jungle for? What are you buffing Brand Jungle for? What are you buffing Jax for? Right? Like, I'm not a jungler, so at the end of the day, like, maybe the Brand Diana stuff won't be so bad, but the last time Diana Jungle was viable, it was just horrible. But whatever, I'm not a jungler. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. Why is Jax getting changed at all in any way whatsoever aside from a nerf? Making his strengths more windowed. This is bullshit. And they're trying to make this look like a compensation buff. 15 HP. It's just 15 HP. That's an ignite tick. Like, what are you doing? Jinx has been all but missing from pro play. Even more range on her Q early game. Okay. Flame Chomper's damage. I mean, the damage on her E is irrelevant. Yeah, I hate like the jungle meta that's based around Diana and Graves and Hecarim. Graves was literally just the strongest champ in the game for like 7 years straight for no reason. Hey, look, another champ with little to no counterplay other than build MR. LeBlanc. And it's a buff. A 10% AP buff on W. And on the other version of W. Why? Why? Just because you want to see LeBlanc at Worlds, the rest of us have to suffer? Suspiciously absent from pro... Dude. Them buffing champs for pro play is starting to piss me off. And I'm saying this as an Aatrox main. Aatrox is my most played champion. So I think I know what I'm talking about when I say that pro play changes piss me off. So Lee Sin gets a little bit more damage on his Q. What the power neutral? This is minus 60% AD on Lee Sin's Q. And you took away some armor growth. This is a nerf. Am I stupid? Minus 60%. He gets what? 25 base damage? 25 base damage in exchange for 60% of his bonus AD? So you just build tank elite? What the hell is wrong with them? This is not power neutral. This is a big ass nerf. So you nerf the champ that takes all this skill and then you buff Brand, who's gonna build a Rylai's and then land his whole kit. Lily is a little weak, sure. Why not? 50 base, 5% AP. Ult cooldown. 10 across the board, lower. A typo? I hope this is a typo. Minus 60% off of the Q literally just makes the ability worthless. I don't understand why that would ever be. It can't be. This can't be true. This has to be like 195. Which would also be broken, by the way, because Lee Sin and Solic is just going to build an Eclipse and one-shot you. Mel is statistically very weak, but sports a higher ban rate. Yeah. I don't think these changes are live yet, but gonna have to test that on like the PBE or something. So these are some Mel buffs. They said she has a high ban rate despite being weak. So you're gonna make her stronger? Yeah, patches tomorrow. Upping high skill applications of her offensive output. Where is the skill in this though? What? How is this higher skill expression? Her passive applies every time you hit anything. Why not just increase the damage of her? Okay. 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 I'm completely lost. I don't know what the fuck Riot is doing this patch. Yeah, the ban rate's already big. So how do we fix a high ban rate? Make the champ stronger. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Oh, Pantheon jungle nerf. That's nice. 0.25. Damage cap on the W minus 80. Okay, I can get behind a Pantheon jungle nerf. This champ's in 90% of my games. Poppy? Max health damage cap to minions and monsters. So nerfing Poppy jungle. Oh, wow, and she has to wait 30 seconds if her R gets canceled. Okay, so Poppy nerfs. I feel like this is going to make more people do Poppy support, but okay. Very popular support, but occasional mid laner. Lower MMR, Deathball Mage Enchanter, whatever. Mana growth increase, HP growth increase. Amplified damage at low HP now also affects monsters. What is this for? So she can steal Baron? Don't tell me you're trying to get people to play Seraphine Jungle. Healing. 3 to 5% missing. 16% missing HP. Regardless of... Whoa! What? Like, this scaled upwards of 25 if your whole team was in the circle, but now it's 16 no matter what? Like, as a support? That is hefty. For, like, her lane phase? That's pretty hefty. It's a typo for leading it's 115. Okay. Whew. Still, though, that's minus 40%. So it's still just a nerf. Oh, no, it's 115 now. So it's going to go from 115 to 95. So minus 20. Still a nerf. So what if they say power neutral? This is just a nerf. Sivir. Sivir is a little OP in regular play and somewhat dominates the pro play sphere. So you're nerfing her Q? Yeah, minus 15% bonus AD. That's probably fine. I feel like her Q is not that big of a deal. We're delivering some power neutral adjustments to Syndra. Are you really? Minus 4 health growth, so minus 40 HP at level 10. Ooh, minus -0.6 armor growth too. Wow. Trying to make her vulnerable to the assassins. Dark Spear damage, 215 plus 60. Now it scales up to 220 plus 5% AP on her Q. Scatter the weak 2-second lower cooldown. So Syndra's even squishier, but she has a little bit more damage on her Q and more ease per game. Redemption, 200 through 400 is now 150 through 350. Ah. Yeah. Too many tanks are building Redemption and not building the other heal shield item, so. Okay. Celestial Opposition no longer apply the AoE slow if the user is dead. I didn't even know that was a problem. Unsealed Spellbook now needs another 30 seconds to recharge. And the minimum recharge is also up by 30 seconds. Okay. And then another trial for Vagar. And then some ARAM changes. Not really interested in the ARAM changes. This is the AFK detection they were talking about for Arena. We pulled Machine Hero Victor from PB in order to beef him up a little bit. Ah, he's not going to be a twink. Nice. Sorry, I really like the old Victor. And then there's a new Echo item in the Sanctum. I hate the damn Sanctum. MVP World's winner Prestige skins. Baker signature to Silas. Update Prestige DRX, Aatrox, Prestige T1Js. Alright. It's bug fixes, custom games, and the new Arcana skins. Oh man. That's a lot of new interesting stuff. But most of it just feels like right. Just like this was the patch of gutting stuff. Right? Like TFT, there's so much stuff that's just like it feels like they just ripped the mechanics out of stuff, right? Like, is Yumi gonna be good? I don't think so. I feel like Jace is gonna be broken as hell. But the removal of certain fruit augments just gone. And then in this patch, you buff Brand jungle, Diana jungle, you buff LeBlanc. Screw counterplay. I don't know. Every Worlds patch is questionable. Like every single one of them. They just like buff stuff that nobody wants to put up with constantly. And then on top of that, you got these changes here in TFT. I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to have a whole lot of fun next patch. I feel like I'm going to be forcing Jace every game in TFT. And I'm not even sure I'm really going to play a whole lot of League. I'm going to be honest. These changes are kind of annoying. But anyway, those are the patches. And I'm going to actually end the stream here so I can put the patch notes on YouTube. So that's what I'm going to do. So thanks for tuning in, especially you, Katek. You made the stream a lot more interesting to talk about and watch. I really appreciate you coming through and, going through the patch with me. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, my brother or sister, whichever you might be. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.